Should your smart device stop working because you're accused of being a bad person? Let's talk about it. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about Amazon shutting down a man's entire smart home, or at least rendering it a little bit less than useful for 1 week after a delivery driver came to the man's home and thought he heard a thing that he did not hear. Now, this story is crazy because, as the homeowner said in the Medium articles, which I'll link to in the description, if you buy a toaster, it doesn't matter what kind of a guy you are. You could be a good guy, bad guy, anything in between. It doesn't matter. If you buy that toaster, it's yours. It's going to work as long as it is in good condition, right? It shouldn't just stop working because you're a bad guy or you are accused of being a bad guy. But that's what happened right here. And before I get into the article and whatnot, I just want to say this. You may have these devices in your home. You might be able to just talk to it and say, hey, X, Y, Z device, turn on my lights, open my garage. It's very convenient, but at what cost? Privacy, civil liberty. Like, what are you giving up for that convenience? And before I go any further, let's get into it. Here's an article from Breitbart, but I have two Medium articles from the homeowner, and I'll link to those in the description so you can get his side of the story. There's also a video from him. You can watch that, get his side. But let's get into this right here. You see the headline: Open the pod bay doors, Bezos. Amazon shuts down man's entire smart home after delivery worker claims racism. So that's right. The driver thought that he heard some kind of racist thing that he did not hear. That became a problem, and they shut down this man's smart home. Okay, and to be clear, all they shut down was the Alexa instrument, and I don't want to say the name properly because you might have that in your home. I don't want to get activated right now. But anyway, they shut down that, which made it hard for him to have his whole smart home operate because everything was linked to that. You see what I mean? Everything. It might have been his front door, his lights, his garage, all of that. He might be able to use a garage without having to call on a device, but that defeats the whole reason why he had the smart devices. And in the future, if there's no real manual override and everything's dependent upon the smart device, that can be a problem. And before I get into this article, actually, here is an example of what I'm talking about with no manual override, right? Check it out. Denver area power company takes over thermostats of thousands of customers. Okay, so they have these Nest thermostats that are, it's all smart. You can go on your smartphone and use it, whatever. But the catch is the power company can also access that and control it remotely. So it's 1,000 degrees outside. You want to have your AC on 68. You want to be ice cold, a popsicle or whatever inside your crib. And they say, you know what? That's going to tax the power grid a little bit too much. So we're going to block your ability to use that. And what are you going to do? There's no manual override. That is the danger of having everything linked to a smart device because it can be controlled by the outside and not by you. And you have no power in doing anything about it. What if your front door, like of an apartment, for example, is a smart device, right? And I've seen quite a few of those. There's no external key. It's only a smart device, and you have not paid your rent, and they could just evict you that way. You see what I'm saying? Or not even not paying your rent. I don't want to go to that extreme. Let's just say that you're accused of doing a thing. You might be accused of running drugs or something like that. No evidence that you've done it. No evidence. Okay, but you're accused of it. It lock you out your crib. See, now we're dealing with a whole different set of problems. There's one of the Medium articles right there from my man, Brandon Jackson. I think he is black, but I don't know. Y'all, please, if I'm wrong, correct me. Let's get into the article right here to get a little bit more information about what's happening. So earlier this month, Amazon locked a man out of his account, disrupting his extensive smart home system. The suspension was driven by a delivery driver who claimed the man used racial slur through his automated doorbell system. The only problem is that the man captured the entire interaction on the security system. The communication to the worker was an automated greeting of, "Excuse me, can I help you?" That's all that the greeting said, but the guy thought he heard a racial slur, and that was enough to make a complaint to Amazon. They shut his account down, and he could not use his smart home because they shut down the Alexa system. Anyway, in the post to Medium, let me get a little bit of zoom in here. In the post to Medium, Brandon Jackson outlined how his smart home system was disrupted by a week-long lockout from his Amazon account. Jackson unexpectedly found himself locked out for nearly a week, rendering his Amazon Echo devices unresponsive in an incident that highlights the potential flaws in the smart home system. A miscommunication between a delivery driver and an automated doorbell message led to the lockout. And there's a video from Louis Rossman about the whole situation. On Wednesday, May 31st, 2023, I finally regained access to my Amazon account after an unexpected and unwarranted lockout that lasted nearly a week. The incident left me with the house full of unresponsive devices, a silent Alex, and a lot of questions. Jackson's smart home system primarily uses the Alexa, and of course, I'm saying it wrong, so it does not activate yours, to communicate with Amazon Echo gadgets. The system was hampered by the lockout, making the devices unusable. Jackson was still able to use the other thing and locally hosted services to control the smart home system in spite of the lockout. So you got to have backups for that's just too much going on. You want everything to be convenient at your fingertips, easy to use, voice command, voice control. But then when the third party comes in and locks you out of your own stuff, it's like, what's going on? Didn't I buy this? Isn't it mine? Why am I being punished for an allegation? Do we not have due process when it comes to this? So what happens when there's no manual override in the future? It's all smart homes. You might live in an apartment or something like that you're renting. It could be a government controlled situation. It's just too much going on. The lockout was caused by a report made by an Amazon delivery driver. The driver allegedly mistook an automated message from Jackson's doorbell for a racist remark. Jackson provided video proof to contradict the claim, but Amazon did not respond right away, and the account remained locked for almost a week. I reviewed the footage and confirmed that no such comments had been made. Instead, the doorbell had issued an automated response. "Excuse me, can I help you?" The driver, who was walking away and wearing headphones, must have misinterpreted the message. Jackson explained. The confused homeowner apparently does not believe that the Amazon employee would engage in a hate hoax. My thing is, if you're going to make a report like that, shouldn't you not have your headphones in? you kind of distracted. You're working. Just let that be. And then the thing is, okay, if there's a report made, maybe investigate it, prove that I did something wrong. Surely, if there is a doorbell, like one of these automated video doorbells, that whole interaction will be recorded. Just say, "Hey, send us this," and then that'll be it. Or how about don't suspend my device at all? I mean, just because I might be a bad person, allegedly, although I'm not, why should my device be suspended? Is that part of the terms of service? I can't use bad words. Is that what we're talking about? Jackson is now questioning his reliance on Amazon services and fighting for the company to provide better customer service and a more sophisticated approach to incident management. He also emphasizes the necessity of businesses offering more protections in these circumstances and of customers truly owning their devices. Correct. I fully support Amazon taking measures to ensure the safety of their drivers. However, I question why my entire smart home system had to be rendered unusable during their internal investigation. It's time for Amazon to make a more customer-focused approach to the problem solving and conflict resolution. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, there shouldn't have been any kind of account suspension just for some bad words that were allegedly said. Because, I mean, is that part of your terms of service? Okay, you can use this device as long as you don't say anything bad. Okay, so the driver thought he heard something, although he didn't hear it. What about if I'm inside my house and I say a bad thing to somebody? So let's say I'm inside my house, I'm having an argument with somebody and some bad words come out. Or better yet, what if you and your wife are arguing, things get really heated, and then the Amazon device hears something, and then the person on the other side of the argument makes a report. Like, how does that really work? So I guess the Amazon driver was able to report the allegation to Amazon. And since Amazon owns the smart device, they suspended his account. I don't know how that really works. But as I close, I want to say this. A lot of these devices make your life a lot easier. You know, I could just pull up to my house after I've been gone for a while and it's all dark and I have these smart lights. I push a button, my lights come on. Okay. If I'm gone away from my house and my garage is open, I can have my garage closed from pushing of a button. And it's all good. I don't have to worry about it. It's convenient. It's easy. It is a thing that kind of makes sense, but it's pros and cons. Okay. The pro behind an automatic garage door opener closer from, remote, far away, not right up on them with the little button. The pros are that I can have peace of mind that my garage is going to be closed. I don't got to worry about leaving it open. And, is it? I have peace of mind that way. But then I might have a third party come in and interfere with it. Or same thing with your front door. I might have a smart door, but here comes a third party interfering with it. And then, of course, there's security measures that aren't necessarily super tight. They might be able to hack my door, hack my garage, hack my things in the house, the Alexa, the speaker, all that kind of, they can hack all that and put me in danger. So there's a lot of pros and cons to these things. Ultimately, I say you should have manual devices, a smart thing as a backup, as a convenience, but all manual. You want a manual thermostat, a manual doorbell, all of that is probably better. And if you're going to have these smart devices, make sure that things are controlled locally and no third party interference. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? How do you feel about what's going on here? Was Amazon right to suspend his account because of an allegation that was unproven and untrue? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. I like technology. I am a nerd. I love tech. But at the same time, I want to have manual things when it makes sense. And I don't want to have my home get spied on. I know the smartphones. I understand what's going on there with the spying. But some things are just kind of blatant. Okay, you got some things that got video on it and they're uploading the video to YouTube and everything else. It's a lot going on. We need to have a little bit more oversight to these devices and to these companies that have a lot of they have a lot of control over your life, and they are in your life more than what you may know. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.